Hi there, welcome back to Sending Ravens. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. Now, I know I had a little rant the other day and said I wasn't going to look at Canada anymore because too many people were asking me about the lockdowns in Canada. And I've said over and over that everything that looks scary is going to go away. And I know that's so hard to understand when things like what's happening in Quebec is happening. So because it's so severe, we're going to have a look. So what I just heard was happening, and I totally felt so bad for people that live. They've already in Eastern Canada had it so rough. And Western Canada really hasn't, we really haven't had it that bad. Like really, so it's hard to understand. But a woman texted me, Aline, hope I said your name right, and she's from there, and she really gave me the lowdown. And I really think we need to look. We just need to understand like what's going on. What I've been getting is it's a wake up. But let's make sure that's really what's going on, because if you really think about the kind of draconian measures that they're taking, it's unfathomable to me that you could call this a free country, Canada, when you hear what they're doing. And I know they've been doing this in other parts of the world. So in Quebec, they had a 9:30 curfew most of since 2020, the whole lockdown situation, which is absurd. Okay, so it makes no sense because there's no science. So we already know that everything's been fudged around this pandemic. Okay, so fudging of numbers, lumping everybody together. On my Instagram, I put up little video clips of it's coming out in no uncertain terms that most of the passings over of what is supposed to have been, the dreaded scary flu is what I've been known to call it, because we can't say certain words here. It's been elderly people or people with underlying conditions, or both elderly people with underlying conditions. And a lot of the numbers, when you go back and look at it, were fudged to be deaths by the scary flu, when in fact they were all kinds of other things that the person would have likely passed over from. Okay, so that is absolutely a truth, and it can be proven. And trust me, in the coming year, what goes forward, there's going to be truly, the WHO will not be functioning in the coming year. Absolutely, this stuff's all coming out. It's going to be an avalanche. Leads me to believe, with so much information, so many doctors coming forward, so many truths being shown to the public, okay, this can't last long. But nonetheless, why are they doing these draconian measures so late in the game? Obviously, to me, in my mind, and what I've been getting, it's a wake up, but we need to double check, because they go from 9:30 p.m. curfew, now they're to 8 o'clock, and unbelievable, ridiculous limitations. You can't buy children's clothes, underwear, clothing, almost anything, except you can buy cleaning supplies. And it's obviously designed to wake people up, because who would put up with that? Okay, so I'm telling Quebecers, please, and it sounds like you've stood up and yelled about it. There was a big walkout calling for freedom. Wonderful. Everybody needs to take off the masks and tell these people to go seriously stick it, because that's unbelievable. Like, are we already a communist country, Canada? So it's basically showing us that yes, we are, or we were going in that direction, and we're literally allowing it. So we can't allow it. Okay, we can't allow it. Now, all over the world this is happening. So it's so obvious to me that it's like a pressure cooker. And do you guys remember that little story I told you about my drive? It's probably repetitive at this point, but I was given a message on a drive from Vancouver to Calgary that watch the drive. So the universe was telling me, watch the drive, and this happens to me a lot. Watch the drive. It'll mimic what's going to happen in the world. And long story short, on the drive, the roads were really bad at first, which could have been thought of as 2020 when it first happened and all this lockdown first happened was really bad. So there was really bad icy storm and it was very treacherous driving for the first 3 hours. Then the roads got really clear, but there's really big signs in Canada, especially through the mountains between Vancouver and Calgary. If you go through, like, say, the Rogers Pass, there's these big overhead signs and they're all like electronic, whatever, and they flash warnings about weather coming. And all of the way on my drive, even though the roads after the first 3 hours were absolutely dry and absolutely ice-free, no snow, nothing, it was dry and a really nice day actually, there were these signs that were like freaking me out, frankly, saying treacherous weather, storm conditions, spring storm conditions. You're going to need winter tires, which of course I have. I'm an Albertan. We have winter tires, trust me. Okay, you're going to need chains. Here's your, pull off and put your chains on. Like the warnings were absurd. Okay, and it would freak me out, and I'd drive another 100 miles or kilometers, whatever, and nothing. It would be perfectly bald highway, absolutely dry, no ice, no weather. It was perfect. So all the way home, those signs were scaring me, and not once did I run into the weather they were talking about. So when the universe told me, watch the drive, it'll show you what's happening in the world. You need to trust me. And these things have come to me my whole life, so I trust it 100%. We're going to be told all kinds of fearful things and they won't be true. You will not have to have a passport to travel. That's what I believe with my 100% of myself. Okay, because I was told that. The universe tells me that, and the cards keep saying it. So I live my life by that, because for 35 years I made my entire living and raised 2 kids on income from tarot reading at a huge clientele that I developed over years and years and worked daily. And so I trust my cards, and so did a lot of my clients. Thank you very much. And that's why I trust that. But I am going to look at this Quebec because I want to know, why are they pushing so hard? Why are they trying to wake those people up? Do they just pick little pockets in the world to do this? For instance, Doug Ford. Okay, and you got to know Doug Ford. If you don't know, you look him up. Okay, and I'm going to say this to the Easterners in Canada. Okay, you guys need a little spanking, okay, and people can get mad at me for saying this, but you guys need a spanking because you voted Doug Ford in, unless maybe he got in the same way Mr. B did. I mean, that's a possibility. But if you think about it, if you look at what a complete, truly scumbag Doug Ford is, what on earth were people doing even voting for him? So if anybody voted for him, okay, maybe the universe is trying to show you something about use your mind and heart. Use your mind and heart when you're voting for these people, right? Or we better look into the voting system, because really it's unfathomable anybody would vote for that guy as 1,000% scumbag, and about all he got to offer. All he offered was cheap beer, okay? So if you're going to sell yourself out and your country out for cheap beer and let a guy like that in, and that's happened all over Canada, okay? And even like Trudeau getting back in, okay? But, now that we saw what happened in the US, possibly we also got our system completely hijacked, and all of it's just been forced upon us. So that's a possibility. But if anybody did actually vote for those literal globalist scumbags, okay, we need to all really think and learn from these experiences, okay? We need to never let scumbags like this run our countries, okay? Going forward, that's obviously the lesson. But right now, I want to look at exactly what are those severe lockdowns. Doug Ford actually got on camera and told the people of his area there that they were going to come in your house. Okay, none of this is legal. So remember that, people. None of this is legal. Let them come in and sue them, okay, and or charge them all afterwards, because absolutely get yourself taken to jail. Seriously, if somebody came in my house, I would let them take me to jail and we'd duke it out later, because none of this is legal. It's against all of your human rights. It should go to this, like the top courts, this kind of behavior. But he was actually saying that they're going to actually let the cops come in your house. And if you're a cop and you work in that area and you would actually do that, you're going to be facing crimes against humanity. So the only option it is, in my mind, is that those guys are faking us out. Like they're saying that, and they're actually made to say it, okay, because the white hats are trying to wake people up. If that isn't the case, then we all need to like seriously stand up. Okay, so we're going to figure that out, because it's all unfathomable. Like, that guy should have been rushed by thousands of people, millions of people in that area, you know, and you know, basically house arrest by the communities. Seriously, it's unfathomable. He could even get away with saying that. It's like we're literally in a communist regime already, okay, if we let that happen. So we can't, okay, we can't. But I think that's the idea, is to wake us up. So that's what this rant is all about. I got my war paint on tonight and I'm ready, because when that lady explained to me what exactly was going on, oh my goodness. Okay, we got to look at it. So we're going to look at, first of all, what on earth is Doug Ford up to? It sounds like he's been infiltrated and or capitulated to the white hats. I'm hoping that's true. But let's have a look. And is made to say that, because it's absurd. He's literally writing his, you know, he's literally writing, I think, a death sentence, frankly. You know, death of his career anyway. You better believe it. So let's have a look. Yeah, because when the dust settles, if these guys are left standing in their jobs, we should all, yeah, really think about how that could happen, right? We got to get these guys out of their jobs, because those guys work for us. And I think we're trying to remember that. I think all of this is designed to remember that, but let's have a look. So we're looking at Doug Ford. What on earth was that all about? What he said, okay? Because it was against human rights, literally. Okay, so. Wow, so we've got this secretive card. So what he was saying was an exaggerated agenda. So they're letting the secrets of the deep state out. So this is where we were going, but they're showing us in a speeded up version of where we'd end up, because this all happened within a year. Within a year, all of our rights have been taken away. Certainly in Quebec, they are. The people are being treated like prisoners in their own home. Everybody's repressed, depressed. Their children are, and this is happening all over the world. Interesting, in France, it's very similar. And this woman pointed it out. I wonder what they got against French people. And by the way, my hair, I'm a Morisot, Janine Morisot. Okay, so I'm French Canadian. I was not born in the east of Canada, but I'm actually, my heart is literally going out to those people when I read the description. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video, because it's like, are you kidding me? They're doing that in Canada. So I think they want that response, and that's what this is saying. It's all a facade to wake up people. They need more numbers. They need more people at those rallies. They need more. So please, people, stand up to this. This is unbelievable. Let them give you a ticket. Let them take you to jail for a night. They can't, like if everybody said no to this and all ended up in jail, what are they going to do with that many people? Okay, make some citizens arrests. We got to look into this because we got to stop putting up with this. This is unbelievable. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Wands here. So we've got the Seven of Wands. We've got that. This is a unique thing they're trying. They're trying to program the opposite way. We've been programmed to trust these creeps, and they're trying to show us really what their real plan is in plain sight. Normally they'd be sneakier about it. So this is all a ploy. Okay, who put them up to it? Who put them up to it? Yeah, this guy is actually on house arrest. So this Doug Ford, okay, look this guy up, because all you got to do is look at a picture of him and listen to one sentence from him and you know what this guy's all about, okay? So you can't fathom that he'd actually be anybody of importance in the world, like the kind of mentality that he has. And I'm being really honest, okay? Look him up. Okay, but this guy is actually got some clout in the East. So somehow we gave him clout, right? So we got to stop. We have to stop giving our power to the lowest common denominator. Because if you look around the world, most of the people, look at the UK, look at Scotland, look at like very few, Ireland, what's going on in Australia, United States, up until Mr. T came into power, almost everybody was really against human rights, taking away, and they were doing it really sneakily, but it got more and more obvious. So the whole world right now, we've handed over our power to these literal scumbags, and we have to stop doing that. So that's the lesson, is that for sure. So we've got this Ace of Pentacles here, and we've got the Queen of Swords. He's actually going to be, he's under house arrest. So he's actually doing this under duress. And that's what I used to get, because he was absolutely working for the deep state. So he was absolutely owned by the deep state. And what they're trying to do is roll out exactly what would happen if you ever let this kind of thing happen again. I feel like they're trying to shock us awake. And that's exactly what this looks like. So that's Doug Ford for you. Unbelievable. Let's have, well, everybody, and like if you look all over Canada, and I'm just talking about Canada right now, but it's happening all over the world, but everybody in power, okay, or what seems to be in power, have literally been bought out by the deep state. And that's all over the world. And those are the people getting shown to be really their true agendas. That's what's going on. So that's actually good news, but it can't be very fun. Another weird thing this Aline was saying was that the powers that be there keeps, especially the people in charge of the health or whatever, I can't remember what it's called, but some organization, they keep saying to everybody, wait till, what was it? There was a date you had to wait. Can't remember. Was it the 24th? Was it May 24th? Anyway, it was a little ways too far away for my liking, but I think it was May 24th. They keep telling everybody there, wait till May 24th. So possibly they know something, like everything's going to be lifted by then, or there's going to be a huge incident in the world that'll take our attention. You know, the kind of things all the truthers have been getting. Let's have a look at, why are they saying it's okay, just have a little more patience. If you can imagine them telling people to put their lives on hold till May 24th after all of that they've been through. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so there's an ending coming. So somehow they got the heads up that there's an ending. So they're part of the movie. or at least the spokespeople for them are part of the movie. So it's part of the movie. There's an ending coming. They know about it. It's hidden. They can't tell you exactly what's going on, but they know something. Everything should be done by then, it looks like. So I guess that in a way that's good to know, but I mean, it's still literally something really good better happen to the world after all of this. This is like all of that population, and I know everywhere, right? I'm just specifically looking at Eastern Canada right now. But it's like they're being marinated, and boy, they better get something good. I'm wishing such goodness coming for everybody that had to put up with this. And that's all of us on some level, but in particular, people that have been under real pressured areas. I'm sending absolute intention and visualizing that your life is so blessed after that it's actually worth all this trouble. And I know that every time I've ever been in my worst times of my life, it always turned around, and it got way better if I just trusted the universe, trusted the bigger picture, trusted the spirit world with it. And that's what you're going to need to do to get to that other side of that. Yeah, so the date is because they know something the rest of us don't. And, we're all getting pretty sick of that. I'm getting really sick of not knowing stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to figure it out. Tarot card readings, and of course, we're likely getting it. But it's like, wow, what a way to wake up the public. It's unbelievable. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to look at for Eileen and everybody in Eastern Canada. And my heart goes out to anybody, and I know it's happening in France, it's happening in Ireland, it's happening where they're unbelievable pressured, the kinds of things they've been put through in the hoops, and they're choosing areas, it looks like, to really put the pressure on. And don't take it personally if you're there, because the universe always rewards you for hard work. And I think the lesson is do not just take it sitting down. And I'm not talking about rising up Civil War wise, but I'm saying absolutely speak out about your rights. Look into your true rights in your area, and everybody look into common law and start really educating yourself, because we can't let this ever happen again. And we can't let these politicians ever have this kind of power ever again. So we have to etch this in our mind, and the only way sometimes we can is to absolutely have these kind of traumas happen. I know it's hard, and I know, so my heart's with you there, anybody who's in these kind of situations. Thank you so much for watching my video, and do like, share, and sending everybody ravens, and subscribe for sure. And hello to all the new subscribers.